season before that, he's become a consistent goal scorer at this level. That's why with a little flick towards Ndoye, who is almost coming infield and playing as a centre forward. The Swiss international. He's obviously been the man that they've wanted to go in support of Chris Wood. Mitchell to keep the ball in play, down to himself nicely. There's Richards. A bit of space for the American international, Munoz. Slowed down here by Palace. Lacroix to the feet of Sarr. Here's Hughes. Thought about the shot, instead finds Mitchell. It was really good build-up play from Palace and good defending once again from Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, nice and patient. Forest for the first time being pinned back. To almost everybody. Close to the penalty area. Mitchell will be disappointed that that ball beats the first real man, because he's already got the benefit of the fact that the pass to him was outside of Ola Aina.
Richards to take one of his long throws here. Plenty of big men in the box. To a long high one. It's won by a Crystal Palace player, and it's not really been cleared. Eventually is gotten away by Anderson, and that was after the referee had seen some pushing and shoving, and the free kick goes Nottingham Forest way.
It didn't look much in that challenge to me, I must admit. It seemed to allow it to play itself out for a little bit, didn't he, Anthony Taylor? Who's the guilty party there? Milenkovic has got his arm around Marquet. Mateta comes in and he doesn't, I suppose he nudged into the big defender. Could have gone the other, or could have just allowed that to play on.
And he does well to pick the ball off Sangare. Here's Hughes, finds Mateta. Mateta shaping to shoot! Good save from Sels. It was a nice height for the Nottingham Forest goalkeeper, but arguably Crystal Palace's best chance of the first half. Very nearly Nottingham Forest looking to counter straight away. Munoz towards Mateta again. Aina should tidy up. Well, he does dally on the ball here and eventually gets it away to Ndoye. He'll look for the run of Gibbs-White. End-to-end stuff, lovely skill from the former Wolves man. Here is Ndoye. Can he find a teammate? Looks to find Hudson-Odoi, who was trying to set it up for Anderson. But eventually a Palace foot got in there.
Underwater. With a fantastic block. Great positioning. It seemed as if it was quite an easy pass to Anderson. Would have had a clean shot on goal. Covered well, didn't they, Palace? Most of the good work from actually both sides has come down this left-hand side, with Mitchell who's seen quite a lot of ball early on in the game. Forest with Ndoye and Gibbs-White and looking on that occasion. Decent shot from Mateta. As you said, Peter, that was a good height, wasn't it? And close to Matt Sells.
Palace work it well to give Mitchell a bit of time and space, and he picks the ball out to Deveni. He's got Mateta up with Sarr racing into the penalty box as well, but good defending once more by Milenkovic.
Sangare's a lucky boy, half-hearted attempt to try and intercept that ball, and he didn't quite make his mind up early enough. So allowed Milenkovic to come and close down that space.
Sangare will know he's got to be on it today and in future games, because he'll have Douglas Luiz breathing down his neck, and on loan from Juventus, joined a couple of days ago. But it's Will Hughes to take the corner for Crystal Palace. All the centre-backs forward from the back for the home side. The ball is an outswinger. It almost just seemingly hit Gay. In fact, it might have been Lacroix who got a touch on it.
Yeah, Good defender with a header.
Winning another header for Nottingham Forest. Almost every single touch from Morgan Gibbs-White is a flashy one. Here he is once more. Anderson and Gibbs-White linked up more than any other two players in game week 1, 29 times. They also had 31 passes into the final third. Both players did, which was more than any other. Who'll be happier out of the two managers so far, Ethan?
I think the away head coach will be happy with the way that they've controlled the football for longer periods. I think Nuno's always pleased when the team look quite solid defensively, which they have done. Attempt a shot and that header from Maguire just a few moments ago. The other side, Matt Sells has been pretty quiet so far.
Here's Munoz. To put the ball in towards Devaney. It's going to come all the way through to Mitchell again.
Good ball. Feature of Palace plays, isn't it? Often it's one wing back who's crossing and the opposing one is able to get himself into a good position.
Well, we were talking about how Nottingham Forest have looked solid defensively so far. And, of course, only won 2 of the last 8 Premier League games to close out last season. Didn't keep a clean sheet in any of those 8 games. Did concede late against Brentford as well, so it's actually 9 games. 10 games since they last kept a clean sheet in the Premier League. Still have one of the best defensive records, though.
Yeah, being with a smaller squad when you've done so well for large parts of the season, it comes to the crunch time, the big clubs start to circle, don't they? The greater capacity to just be that little bit sharper towards the end of the campaign when it really matters. And Chelsea and Villa and Newcastle overhauled Forest, a huge disappointment for their fans and players.
Hoping all the reinforcements they've made will make a big difference here. Talking making a difference, they could make it here. Gibbs-White with the strike. Still over the bar. I think everyone in the stadium held their breath before not catching the volley as he would have liked.
That's a great chance. Lovely cut back from Chris Wood. For a moment, I actually thought he was going to shoot himself. He shaped as if he was going to volley it back across. And he thought better of it. Shout from the captain. Yeah, he's going for this spectacular Morgan Gibbs-White. Horribly wrong. Not quite as high as Sangara's, but not pretty either.
At least this one stayed in the stadium as Mateta protests to Anthony Taylor, wanting the free kick, but the referee saying it was 50-50 between him and Murillo. It's a good battle, isn't it, between those two?
Yeah, Forest look a little bit more physical than greater strength, it seems, both with and without the ball, with Gibbs-White, Anderson and Sangare. At the moment, Palace are struggling to contain them. Most of the 50-50 battles and quality has come from the visitors.
Here's Nico Williams deflected into the arms of Henderson, fortunately for Palace. It would be a real rarity, by the way, if Nottingham Forest were to win today. It'd be the first time that they've won 2 games to start a season in the top tier since the Brian Clough days of 1987-88.
They finish 3rd that season?
Off the top, I think so.
Yeah, behind Man United and Liverpool. United was 2nd.
I know why you've remembered that.
Because I've got a great memory.
All out towards Hudson-Odoi. Just about able to put his go-go gadget leg out to keep that one on.
It was a good Forest side, a very young one or 2 experienced campaigns, but on the whole, as Paris, Brian Clough always had a few good youngsters in the side.
Marinakis took over at Nottingham Forest. He said he wanted to bring those glory days back. I think the rate of success and the speed of success has surprised a few with how rapidly they've moved up the football pyramid.
Well, step one will be to support the head coach who's done pretty well for you since you employed him.